Good
Oh,
morning. How
good
are
morning
you?
for you. Yeah, it's already 2 p.m. here. It's so good to see you.
It's not, it's only 8 o'clock here.
8 o'clock. Wow. Well, good morning for you. What a early bird you are. And you look
Good
so fresh
afternoon.
on 8 a.m. I normally don't look so fresh on 8 a.m. That's amazing. I'm so stoked to talk to this cool version of you. Um, what I would love to do, Linda, in the next 30 minutes is to really basically go through what it is that you would love to get out of this program. I know you already filled it in type form. I read the whole thing multiple times, but would love to hear it from you. And the reason so is this is a group program, right? But I always make it very personal within the group. So the better
Mhm.
I know where you are now, where you want to go, the better I can basically tailor the group to
Right.
everybody's individual needs. And I can, like be strategic with like with breakout rooms and all those beautiful
Mhm.
things. And that's going to be the most fun part is to get you to the place where you want to go. And maybe even further, or define where that actually is, right? Because the more clear you are on where you want to go, the better you're gonna get magic out of this program. Because when you focus on it, you will actually get it. And
Right.
that's my goal. The goal as well is if you have any other questions or whatsoever that you're able to ask it. So you have full clarity on when to start, what link, what, like all the things that might be in your head. So it's completely clear and we can focus on transformation. How does that sound?
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Cool. Are there any specific things that you would like to talk about or things that are for you now right really important? Or shall we just dive in and see where it goes?
Let's dive in.
Perfect. Okay, so if you would define, like, we're starting the 11th of September, right?
Mhm.
And then 8 weeks from there, what would be your magical, what would be epic if that would be a reality then for you? Like, what makes this a win?
Well, every class I'm sure will be a win because I've seen how so far in the classes I've been with you, even the last post I made when the content I put into it was as a result of what you had taught in that class.
Mm,
So something I hadn't even thought of to add to my story that defined how I got where I got and what the challenge was. So I'm excited for wherever it happens. Where do I want to go? Probably I need to define a little bit more. Um, I'm looking to have more feel like the words flow better for me. Like I have all these ideas and figure out how to just let them flow. Just have the confidence in my words to make my points, to be able in my mind to have like you do, like you sit there and you reworded that girl's whole
mm,
presentation with such ease. I'd love to be able to just, sprue out and have it sound so natural and be able to, redefine what somebody else has done so that it helps them make more sense. It,
mm,
I mean, I'd also like to. I mean, when you first said that, the one thing confidence to, you know, put questions in to be in hot seats
mm-hmm,
in MBA. I think it revolves all around confidence in my words, how I put them together. I know, but it's just putting them together in the right way so that I tell a story that makes sense and is um, inspiring or accomplishes whatever I needed to accomplish at the time.
yeah, got it. So, what do you feel is holding you back from that right now?
Um, Probably not having ever done it. Probably I was in my last job. I think it really, I had a lot more confidence before that, and I worked with a bully.
Mm,
A manager pretty high up who ended up in a position of dictatorship. Very so I think that really destroyed a lot of my confidence those
mm.
couple of years that I had to work with him. I mean, I was running a medical group, but he was, he was above me, and yeah, he really did a lot of damage to me psychologically.
Mm.
So
And
I think I would go
what
ahead.
did you start to believe that he said that created a doubt in you?
Always questioning, always putting down, never letting me complete what my thoughts were at the time. Just, I would start to say something, and it wasn't only me, it was other people too. I would start to say something, and if it was something he didn't like, he would just, cut me down and, make my word not of value.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, by the way, for being so transparent. I want you to know that that's also the space that the Public Speaking Academy is, okay? So the more
Mhm.
transparent and open and vulnerable you are, the more open, transparent, and vulnerable other people are, and the faster this transformation will go, because we can only work with truth.
Right.
And this is what you're going to learn, is that every time you go through a moment of like, where you feel back, and let's just not say that you're the only one, right? Because if I
Mhm.
now would say, like, who else felt that their word didn't matter, and maybe what it was from an external criticism, but who hears that to themselves,
Right.
right? And then now you start to share the 3 tools that got you through it. And
Right.
right, so now this moment in time is not something that bad happened to you. It's a story that you can utilize to tell a point so people know
Mhm.
something about you, right? So now
Right.
everything becomes magical. So thank you for sharing it. And what would be, because you shared a little bit where you want to go regarding confidence. I also know that impact is really important to you, right?
Yeah.
Like, because you're
Oh,
number 3.
definitely.
So what is, like, when the words really flow and you feel comfortable to do the hot seat, like, what will this get you? Like, what is, how can you see that you've accomplished it, for example?
Well, actually, I am doing a course. Well, I'm supposed to do a 2-hour presentation in the beginning of September. So I'm hoping that, and I'm trying to, so I'm trying to do more and more in-person presentations. So ultimately, I mean, I do see myself trying um, to be on stages. I mean, ultimately, I really have seen myself trying to make, as a kid, I always thought about that. I always thought about getting in front of people. There was a lot of turmoil in the States when I was a kid. And I would want to be up there and be the one to get everybody to realize how, they needed to make the changes to make the country a better place. So in my head, I would do speeches. And this was as a kid. I lost that as I got older, obviously. Otherwise, I would be on stages right now. But I really do have a lot that I want to help people, inspire people to think about, so that probably they can, have end up having a quality of life, a better quality of life in certain areas.
I love that. And I read that you're doing stuff with caregivers, right? And then you have currently an 8-week offer. You just don't know yet how to price it. Like, how is that
Right.
unfolding for you? Like, the offer.
The offer I'm still struggling with as far as my value ladder. That's something that I'm going to be working on like the next week to really start to hone in on where I see myself going. I mean, to me right now, the biggest thing is to do this course, this 2-hour presentation. I mean, that's huge for me. And I found out I have 14 people enrolled in it. So that's
Congratulations.
that's huge. So I think because of that, I'm starting to say, okay, I need to figure out what I'll offer after that, because it is a free program. What possibly, I will be offering after that. And then for the 8-week course also, I need to figure the value ladder out. That's pretty much for me right now, where, and come up with my 90-day plan of what I'd like to accomplish in the next 90 days till the end of the
Got
year.
it. Is it okay if I just share an insightful thought that might help you right now?
Go right ahead.
Super. Because, like, it's really, really, really great to think about your high ticket offer and then where you're going. And I know some people that I met on this journey who said, you know, my high ticket offer is $5,000. It's amazing. And then right now they're still talking about it and no one is still in it. And it's so important to, and we're going to talk about this with speaking as well, is, you know, a win is when you can get people in front of you, practice what you're doing, and then see what works and what doesn't.
Right.
It seems like the connection is a little unstable. Are you able to hear me properly?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Perfectly. So, so an offer could be like, now they're already coming to you. So what is the next step that makes sense for them right now? Just like, don't put the pressure on yourself to figure out your whole value ladder, because, you know, like I've designed it 360 times, and the more I design it, the more I'm not busy with actually doing it. So it's
Right.
really good to put
That's
it on
true.
paper, to have a little bit of an idea where you want to go. But now to think of this presentation, okay, what's their next step? And maybe, do they pay for this presentation?
This one, no.
Perfect. So the next thing, and don't take it too literal, okay? But
Yeah.
this is what really worked for me and for people who go through this process is, for example, the first next thing is a $27 thing that's so cool. Maybe they have 4 moments with you live or whatsoever, and it's so ridiculous amazing that everybody's gonna buy. And then you have clients, you have income. You're like,
Right.
oh my God, this is possible. Instead of just pitching a $10,000 offer and you're like,
Right.
nobody says yes. So what is their next step in a way where you feel, you know what, if I get this on my bank account, I'm gonna celebrate like crazy. And this is the most important thing, and this is why speaking helps so good, because you're basically saying, listen, let me speak for you for free. Now you have a 2-hour moment. Now 14 people are going to listen to you for 2 hours. Now let's just imagine that every time you do those 2 hours, it's getting better and it's getting better. And
Right.
some point where people are like, oh my God, like this was more value than
Right.
whatever. And then you say, what I would love to offer is this 4-week program. And you're going to go on a journey with me. Everybody gets a one-on-one, and you're going to have 4 weeks as a group. And the end result is this. Now, 4 weeks is something that people are like, 4 weeks I can do. You know, it's not too much, it's not too little. You're giving people one-on-one access, which is ridiculous. So you can say, you know, the value normally would be this, and now you're getting it as a bonus. But what you are doing is you are making sure that you have a lot of moments that you can practice and you can teach, because
Right.
you can totally do what you do, but you need testimonials. You need
Right.
people, raving fans. So when you say, okay, so four weeks, it's like, okay, I can do 4 weeks. And it's ridiculously cheap, but not too cheap that you feel like it's not fair for yourself. And you're really helping people, and you say, you know, the urgency now is like, this is an offer I'm only doing for this group. Afterwards, it's not going to happen. And that's going to be true, right? So, and then let's just say that one person says yes. What do you have? You have one client. You have a client that's going to go through your process. It's going to be a little bit messy because you have the design
Right.
steps and you're going to do it, and it turns out to not work, and not work in the way you thought it was. But
Right.
you're going to iterate while you're doing it because you're an amazing person and you have a heart first. So you always create value. And I'm only able to say this because that's totally what I did and totally what other people did. So it's not that it's you that you're not good enough, but it's also trying to figure it out, right? So
Right.
give yourself that momentum, and you can rather have 10 clients for $27 than wait for that
Right.
first sale for half a year and feel that you're still not good enough, and you're still not good enough, because you totally are. And when you're in momentum, more people will say
Right.
yes. And then they're like, and then after 4 weeks, or basically already in week 4, you're going to think, okay, what am I going to offer them next? Right? Who would love that this is not going to stop? And then you're gonna, maybe there's another 4 weeks, or there's an 8 week, or there's a 101, or then you can think of your value ladder again. It's like, okay, what did I
Mm-hmm.
design? Okay, what makes sense now? Because how I designed was one thing, but now it feels a little different. So what am I gonna
Right.
do now? And now your hot seat questions will be easier as well, because you're actually having things,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Oh
So
yeah,
you're in momentum.
definitely.
So I'm super stoked for you, because the more we're going to focus on the storytelling part, you will see that not only you will feel more comfortable to get on more stages, but also your teachings will be more engaging and everything. And the beauty is, when you have clients, you can practice so many times because you create so many different practice sessions for yourself. Does it make sense?
Mhm. Yep, it does. No,
So,
you're completely correct. I do agree.
so long story short, I'm super stoked for you. I'm celebrating you, and this sounds like a victory, and this is just the beginning. Imagine what's gonna come for you. So cool. All right. Let me see. Is there something else I would love to know? Is there maybe like a weird specific dream that sometimes pops in your head that you would love to do one day, or like something that would be like a dream goal?
Uh, a weird dream goal. I can't offhand think of anything, but that doesn't mean that there isn't one up there in my subconscious that just has been pushed down and,
Yeah,
so
exactly. So, a fun exercise to go through, because we're not starting yet, right? So what's going to
right,
happen is going to be 8 weeks. We're going to see each other twice a week. We still have
right.
spots, by the way. So if there's someone in your surroundings who you think could be a great fit, feel free to tell me.
Okay.
Because then they could go through this journey with you. That's going to
Mm,
be like an immense amount of fun and
right,
collaboration and sharing the whole journey. Um, and we have the groups app, right? But what is going to happen is I'm going to share a lot of information. You're going to learn some new stuff. That's all great. But what's happening as well is that your unconscious is going to be ignited. And that's why I
right.
find the value so much in these moments. Because right now, it's not only that I'm going to have more clarity on what it is that you want, but you're also activated on
Right.
an extra moment, like, okay, what is it actually that I want? And the more you start to think about it, the more you start to focus on it, the more it starts to happen without us even having to do something.
Mhm.
So everything that you're going to learn is just going to boost everything that's already created. um so that is very, very exciting. Is there anything else? Maybe a really cool update, because the reason why I shared the opportunity to join before summer, and I'm only starting now, or we're starting now, is because I wanted some downtime to really sit and look at patterns and really make this the best ever. And I've not been quiet. Like, I've been quiet outside, but not inside of here. And what I've been doing is pretty damn amazing. I'm incredibly proud of it. Is I've been
Good.
extracting the whole framework of getting people from A
Mhm.
to Z, and I am still in the process, like literally, where like the microphone is still here and the camera is right here, recording it into a course, but not just a course based on, I think this is going to work. I've practiced now with so many different people, and now I know it. And you're going to get the course. Okay. So you're not just going to get the, like the whole teaching, which before was
Right.
just what it was, but you're also going to have the whole process of every single element that is going to help you, not only in the moment or before, maybe
Right.
even, or actually not before, because I'm going to launch it after, but you're going to get preview access, which is going to be cool. But you're also able to watch certain videos over and over again. So I'm going to
Right.
explain it with an example, and it's going to be so easy to find the right video, because I put so much time into this. That it's easier for you to really, really go through those specific things. So
Right.
I'm really stoked for you as well around that. And there's one video, it's currently in the edit, that when it is ready to not be the edited version, I will share that with you already. And that video is around the story library.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard me say something around
Yep.
this?
I've been
Perfect.
to your, yep.
Yeah, perfect. So the story library, I created a whole tutorial around it, and I'm also sharing a template with you.
Oh, cool. I
So
love
you're
those.
able to create your own story library through my template, and I'm showing you exactly how to do it, how to get there, etc. So you can already start putting videos there, or videos putting stories in your own story library. So when we start, you already, and if you just open it and you get a little stuck and you don't even know how to save it yet, or I think you will figure it out because it's explained, but the goal is not to fill it completely. The goal is to focus on it and make it a habit. So now, for example, when I asked you what caused that thought, and you said it was my boss, that
Right,
is a story, right?
right,
That's a story. So you want to put that story in your story library. And
right.
every time now you're going through life or you're thinking back of something, even though you don't know it perfectly yet, you can already start to save it in your story library. And then when we are in this momentum, you are so ready, you have such fertile ground that we're going to create like amazing stories together.
That sounds good. Yeah, that would be helpful. I actually was in that class when you mentioned that, and I did
Super.
start to do it, but I would love techniques on how to do it more organized and easier than the way I'm doing
That's cool. That's my motto, right? Easy,
it.
fun, and impactful. So
Yeah.
you're gonna get away. So I'm gonna share it with you. Then just to double check the uh, Zoom links. Are they in your calendar?
Yes.
Yeah. So you know exactly it's the 11th. You have the right
Yeah.
time. You have the right Zoom link. It's always the same Zoom link. You're in our WhatsApp group.
I do
Are
have
there?
two questions on that.
Yeah. Go on.
So I know I need to introduce myself into the Facebook group because I haven't done that yet. So I'm
Mhm.
going to do a video for that. Should I also introduce myself in the WhatsApp group? Because I thought you had mentioned something about that also.
Yes. So the
Okay.
goal of this group is, and that's my dream, honestly. I'm going to share this with everybody. My dream is that you get to know each other so well because you're sharing your stuff over and over again in this group that people start to know who you are. So
Hmm.
when you are going to have your speaking engagement, people in the group are going to promote it with you. They're going to support you, and you're going to do that with other people too. Just because in the end we're all together, and
Right.
your client is one referral away. It
Hmm.
doesn't need to be hard. It doesn't need to be a struggle. It can be fun. It can be easy. So the better you know the people who are in the group, the better you can help them. And the better
Right.
people know you, the better people can help you. So this is your first speaking, like, they're not the first, but like another tip is in such groups, it just helps to be recognized, right? So
Hmm.
when they are there, it's like, oh, that was the woman who shared that fun video about like something about yourself, and now they remember you. So now you created the first tag already in their head. So I would love to see your video. Didn't you do it already? I had the idea that you already did it anyways, but
No, not on WhatsApp. I haven't
okay,
done it
perfect.
yet.
Okay, perfect. So that would be amazing to do. And this is actually not something I wanted to say, but I'm saying it anyways. The 16th of September, I'm gonna do a free event again.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're more than welcome to join. It's basically extra. What I'm gonna do there is I'm gonna share with the world how amazing this online course is that you're already getting. And that's something that they can um, join, basically.
Hmm.
So feel free to come there so you see me live in action based on another audience again. Uh, After like listening to me for a bit and see how I'm doing, you can see it in real time. And it would be fun because there will be people in that group that might, you might be able to connect with it as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that actually what you're promoting here is what already happens there is a smaller MBA community of people that we all support each other.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all friends. It's been pretty amazing,
Yeah.
that's happened. And what you're promoting is the same thing, just in a different arena.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And the
yeah.
beauty is that when communities merge, so
Hmm.
everybody comes from their own community. I'm going to tell you something about the people. Some people, like all of the people, are incredible that are joining. And one of them, I find it just so super cool. She is a Tony Robbins coach.
Oh,
She knows Tony
really?
Robbins personally. Like, she will be in our group, my friend. So it's
Wow.
super cool. So know that you're bringing the MBA community. Someone else
Right.
brings another community. Someone else brings another community.
Right.
And now when communities mingle, everybody wins.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the goal. So yeah. So I will share the link with you for the 16th. So you're also
Okay.
going to get all the emails, which is going to be fun because then you're able to see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Like, this is all also for you based on like how is she doing it, right? And then we're going to see each other the 11th. And
Hmm.
if you have any other questions or excitements or wins, because when you have the speaking engagement, please share that in the WhatsApp group, right?
Okay.
Because everybody is going to know that and it's going to be so fun. And you're going to see that your wins is not just talking about yourself and how cool you are, but other people get inspired by your wins because now they're seeing, oh, she
Right.
is doing it. Now I can do it too. And other people
Oh,
will have wins where you will be like, oh my God, that's just ridiculous. Like, I would wish I won there. And then it's possible because this is our group and we're all doing this. So
right. Yep. No, you're completely correct. I've already been seeing that happening in other groups that I belong to. So, yes.
super. All right. Any questions?
No, I think I'm good.
You
I
think you're
just
good?
have to do two not lives and go to your presentation and then start class.
Sounds like a plan.
And I'll probably see you tomorrow or today, actually, isn't
Later
it?
today, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
off because you're in afternoon and I'm in morning. So, yes, I will see
Yes.
you later in
For me,
class.
it's like 8 p.m., but it's fun. It's fun. Cool. All right. We'll see you tonight then, or like in a bit.
Thank you, Lori.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye.